Our war with the Alliance has gone on long enough. That's what Minister Bergley said.
Yes, although he didn't say so begrudgingly. It was almost as if he had come to respect the Alliance and its leaders.
The Minister of Military Affairs, admiring an enemy of the Empire? I cannot say that pleases me. The Emperor alone has the discretion to decide when to bury the hatchet with a foe, and when to bury it in their back.
That foolish warhorse has always caused nothing but trouble for me. You and the Emperor should be prepared for more of the same.
Then we shall continue to rely upon our Minister of Domestic Affairs to keep him in check.
Is Hevering Linhart? Or is it Hubert? I want to say Linhart because he looks like Linhart a little bit, but I'm not sure.
I assure you, that man only ever pretends to listen to what I say. But I will grant that if nothing else, his intuition rarely misses the mark. Therefore, Your Majesty, I would urge you to seek an armistice with the Alliance.
I must confess, the same thought occurred to me when I heard that Ferdinand had failed to capture Deirdre. Perhaps it's time we focus the entirety of our armies on the Kingdom front, and cease our attempts to conquer the Alliance through military means.
Yes, through military means.
When an opportunity presents itself, send an envoy to Claude. Assuming he doesn't fall to the Almyrans, that is.
He made short work of one of our armies. He will not lose to Almyra.
We should inform Minister Bergley of your decision at once. If he catches wind that the Alliance forces are struggling, he may well charge off to fight Almyra himself.
I hardly think he would do something so... On second thought, who knows what that man would do? Minister Hevering, I shall leave it to you to compose the missive. Please write what you must to ensure the Count doesn't do anything rash.
Alright, Chapter 7 is done. It's Chapter 8 time.
Golden wildfire. What makes a king?
What does make a king?
Though victory is within their grasp, news of an unexpected incursion from Almyra forces Claude and the Alliance army to retreat. Driven by revenge, Almyra invades with a far larger battalion, led by none other than Prince Shahid. The Alliance hangs on by a thread, but Claude has another plan up his sleeve.
Well, it's just full of these plans. He can never stop. He's like a fountain of grand schemes.
Looks like we made it back in time after all. The fighting hasn't really picked up yet. I'm sorry about all this. I dragged you on this forced march right after our first assault on the Empire, just to face a new enemy on a new battlefield. I always thought Almyra might attack, but I never predicted they'd pull together an army this big.
This is exactly why I didn't think we should attack the Empire in the first place. But I'll admit that no one could have seen this coming. Sometimes you just get unlucky. I don't think there was any avoiding this.
Well, at least the Imperial Army didn't come after us, so our troops are still battle-ready.
And there's been enough meat in our rations to keep me energized and raring to go!
Thanks to the support from Margrave Edmund, we've had plenty of provisions. There is no reason we should not be able to fight effectively.
That doesn't change the fact that messing up now could mean the end of the Alliance. All because of my miscalculation.
Come on, we always dump all the tough planning on you. We've got nothing but appreciation for the work you do, Claude. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. What matters is that we made it here in time.
That's what counts, right? Come on, Claude. Let's get moving.
Sounds like I'm the one who needs to get his head on straight. Okay, time to put all that behind us and focus on driving back this invasion.
No movement on the Empire side, huh? All this quiet only makes me more anxious.
Perhaps what keeps them at bay is the fear of having to face the famed hero of Daphne.
Irvin, do my ears deceive me, or did you just make a joke?
I do not jest. Your being here is the only thing preventing me from surrendering to the Empire this very instant.
You can drop the traitorous villain act. I know you've done more for the Alliance than anyone else.
You give me far too much credit. All that has ever mattered to me is ensuring the well-being of the common folk in my territory, not the Alliance itself.
And that's what makes you a great lord in my book. Or rather, it made you one, I suppose.
Indeed, now I am but a humble retiree, ready to enjoy my decrepitude. Maybe now, people will actually leave me be.
I wouldn't count on that. You'll have plenty of unwanted company if the Empire attacks.
Oh, I do not think we need concern ourselves over that. If the Empire had any intention of continuing their war with the Alliance, they would have struck already. I imagine they have reconsidered their plans following that last battle. It was foolish of them to start a war on two fronts in the first place, but it would be even greater folly yet to continue after witnessing the might of the Alliance.
Hold on. Are you saying the reason you volunteered to defend the Great Bridge is because you figured it wouldn't be attacked?
Now there is a thought.
Humble retiree, my foot. You're just as shrewd as ever.
You honor me, Lady Judith.
Oh my word, only one region? Okay. So this is a really short chapter, it seems. We just got the main mission, I guess. I wonder how many chapters this game's gonna be. Alright, Lawrence, I'm gonna talk to you first just to get it over with. If Lord Holst had not been with us in our most recent battle, it's unlikely we would have managed a draw with the Empire. Same is true for our current situation. Who knows what would have happened if he had not moved as swiftly as he did. Does he not make you feel rather pathetic in comparison?
You sure?
Holst has definitely made a big difference, but everyone's doing their best, including you. I suppose. Very well, we shall not let Lord Holst outshine us in the next battle. Whatever.
Now then.
Once again, the enemy pops up where we least expect them. Even if we manage to fend them off, aren't we just continuing the eye for an eye cycle? However, I still trust that you will lead us to the right answer. Yeah, I'm a main character, it's my job. We also have Petra in the team. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't know if I'm ever gonna use... Like, I've been using Linhardt because I love Linhardt, but like, I haven't used Bernadette all that much, and I don't know about Petra because that's what Ignatz is doing right now. But you know, it's nice to have her, I guess, if I ever need backup for a sword fighter. Ah, Shez, what do you want? If you don't have any particular business with me, then I ask to be left in peace. Dang it, I picked the wrong one. I wanted to pick the other one. But you hadn't something like Cynthia, you can be straight with me. I promise I won't say anything. I was just eating some candy. I wasn't trying to hide it or anything, but I would appreciate it if you didn't go around telling the others. I almost want to do an expedition, but I'm going to hold off for now. Just do our rounds first. Unless there's someone that's like, hey, I want to do the expedition with them. So the Almyran army on the... Almyran's armies are... My goodness. So the Almyran army's on the move again. I wonder. I got tongue-tied there for a second. I doubt he's in trouble, but I guess I should probably look into it.
Hey.
Wait, who's in trouble now? Ah, don't worry about it. Some things just bugging me is all. Oh well, at least Holst and I are here. We'll turn back at the locket. Turn them back at the locket. Let's do an expedition with Balthus. Even if I was going for 4 hours, we're gonna finish this chapter too.
Sure. It'll keep me out of trouble at least.
I am gonna go for 5 hours today because most likely I'm not gonna get to play this game till Tuesday. I don't think I'll be playing this on Monday. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming on Monday because it's 4th of July and I might not be back home by then. So I think we are gonna go for the extra hour. But even if I wasn't, we're gonna probably finish this chapter too. You arrived in a vast expanse of green, blah blah blah.
Now this brings back memories. I used to pal around with Holst like this back in the day.
Dude, it's so nice that Holst is actually in the game because I remember in Cindered Shadows, like when you see Balthus, Hilda like knew Balthus and Balthus was like close with her brother. Actually getting to see that bond in this game is really cool. I was like, what happened? Yo, Balthus, you done?
You might not know this, but there was a fourth house at Garrick Mach called the Ashen Wolves.
Oh, I knew all about it. I played the DLC.
Wait, what?
Oh, let's go. Let's ask a question. How about your likes?
My likes? Money, fighting, women, and gambling. And not necessarily in that order. Right.
Alright, I got the decent answer.
You should open yourself up to nature like I do. It's good for the soul. I don't know.
I was
Good to get out and stretch the old.
I was torn there. No idea what I could have done there. Hey, Linhart. Both the Empire and the Alliance have suffered from battling each other. I wonder if we can't strike some sort of compromise soon. Oh, I imagine people will invoke their fallen comrades as an excuse to continue fighting anyway. What do you think as a mercenary? Wouldn't you agree this isn't the time to take such a narrow view?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just keep attacking each other whenever we see an opening. Maybe it's time to stop with that? I'm relieved to hear you say so. Would you mind trying to persuade your employer of that as well? Oh. Okay, so when you have a support with someone, you can just...
How's it going? Any developments to report?
I didn't know that when you talk to someone, you can get their supports via it, but why not?
Ah, it's you. How's it going? Any developments to report?
You mean with my power? Not really, no.
Perhaps using it regularly won't be enough to provoke growth. Good to know.
Hey, I thought you said you weren't interested. I mean, how many times are you gonna come ask me if anything's changed before you're happy?
Weren't you the one so keen on piquing my interest? I only wanted to check how that was going. If you don't think it's possible, just tell me and I'll stop asking.
It's too soon to say, really.
Right, of course. We'll just have to keep trying then. How about this? Describe the circumstances in which you first awakened to your power. Maybe we can reproduce the situation and see if lightning doesn't strike twice.
Well, I was staring death in the face when it happened. I'd been beaten so badly I could barely stand. I kept telling myself I wasn't ready to die yet. Then, out of nowhere, it just came to me.
Literally like Byleth in Three Houses.
I suppose we shouldn't try to recreate those conditions. Nobody wants a dead officer on their hands. Let's consider some other potentially relevant factors. Who was your opponent? Where did the struggle take place? What time of day was it? Do you think your emotions played any part in it?
Oh, Shez probably got inflicted by the Despair. Most likely.
I was fighting the Ashen Demon of all people. I hope we get the chance to cross swords again someday.
We just crossed swords with him.
As for the when and where, we were in a forest, at night. I'm pretty sure it was a full moon, too.
Shez is probably some kind of werewolf equivalent.
And that leaves my emotional state. But I don't know how I could replicate the intense emotions of being at the brink of death like that.
I see. That context would prove quite tricky to simulate. And if your power functions similar to a crest, revealing itself even when you don't intend it, that leaves only one option. Observing you on the battlefield at all times. This is turning out to be more work than I signed up for.
You can go take a nap, Linhart.
You don't have to keep doing this if it's too much, you know?
A valid point. It seems I'll need to rethink the nature of our relationship moving forward.
I'll just have to watch you on the battlefield. Sacrifice my nap time. Dude, I love Linhart.
Come on over.
Oh, I guess you're here because there's no side maps.
Have some time to kill?
First the Empire, now Almyra. You sure do have your hands full. Don't worry, I can go anywhere. Us merchants make our living traveling great distances after all. I'll be there to back you up wherever the road may take you. What you got? I don't think I need any of this. Give me some smithing stones, though. No bullions.
Come back soon.
Finally got to stand with the captain on the same battlefield, but now we're just as far apart as we've ever been. I wonder when I'll see him next, and will we be on opposite sides then too?
What?
Hey, this isn't the time for that stuff. Nearly all the Almyrans breathing down our necks as we speak. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'll try and focus. Anyway, the battle against Almyra is our top priority. Let's both give it our all. Do an expedition with Leonie here.
Oh, you're already here. Let's go then. Hey, where are we going? It'd be hard to sneak up on prey here. There's nowhere to hide. I managed to become a mercenary, but it was really tough to make money when I was starting out. Uh-huh.
Oh, dang it. I was gonna do praise or dedication as my second option.
You've been a mercenary longer than I have, so I'd like to learn from you. Do me a favor.
Oh, dang it. You never know.
In
I'm
this
so
day
bad
and
at this.
age, what does it even matter who's a noble and who's a commoner?
Oh my goodness, I just got decent all the way.
Let's go somewhere with better hunting next time. See ya.
Dude, I like Leonie a lot better in this game. Mostly because I like her relationship with Shez as, like... Because I feel like in Three Houses, especially pre-time skip, she, like, obsesses about Geralt too much, and... she acts like... Well, it's, like, you know, she's a lot more, I don't know, with Byleth, the relationship is, like, more of a rivalry. In this case, it's more like a role model kind of deal. Like, she looks up to Shez. I like that a lot more, I think. Plus, it helps that Shez isn't a silent protagonist. So I think Shez does a little better for Leonie's character here. Because they're both mercenaries and all.
Everything has its use.
Really, I just think Shez being a spoken character does the game a lot more justice. That's really what it comes down to, IMO. I met with someone from my household earlier. My adoptive father sent them here with some provisions for us. You know, people often criticize House Edmund for only sending supplies and never any troops.
You sure?
Don't let them get to you. You're here fighting on the front lines after all.
Sure.
Just being here isn't enough, though. I have to actually be useful, too. Oddest birds, other animals reading delicate flowers. You like gardening.
Oh, thank you.
Take another one.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of which...
Almyra is, that region way to the east, right? Oh, so you know about it, huh? Go on then, tell me something about Almyra.
What?
Well, I know they have this legendary tree that's said to have stood for thousands of years. That counts, right? Oh, Bernie. Eating, drawing, music, embroidery. I saw embroidery.
Hey, thanks. Wow, thank you so much.
I don't really get why they don't make that count for, like, 2 morale. It makes no sense to me. Like, yeah, you get more support points, but, you know, it'd be nice if it gave more morale, too.
My instruction comes at a high price.
There's some people I didn't get this thing with. Oh, get the concoctions with more people.